All right, CoinOps Retro Arcade with the track mode here. You got your normal different categories, arcade classics. This one does come with some consoles as well. You can easily remove that, launching a different title. Beautiful, beautiful wall art here, cab art. And let's actually jump down to settings and check out some of these themes. This is their point to this build is literally to have the easiest plug and play experience you can possibly have. So really quick, let's go through the options. Splash screen's on when you boot up. If you notice that little guy, the little robot dancing, that's a splash screen. Do you want those on or off? And you can add your own custom splash screens just like you can with the Raspberry Pi. Scan lines. This is just little lines that go left and right. Glass. It makes it look like there's a glass effect CRT monitor. And then a track mode. This turns on and off those menus there. So let's go ahead and start with the full cabinet theme. See what this looks like. So we have the splash screens on, so we have to go through the splash screen there. And it loads up. I might turn off the splash screens. Okay, and here you go. So the left side, you have a rendered version of the cab. In the middle here, you have the glass. And then on the right side, you have the track mode. Pretty cool. Or wheel. And if you go left to right, okay, cool. So left to right will show you the different categories. So let's go to consoles, for example. And we should be able to see those games there. Oh, wow, that's so cool that they found, or they customized. I don't know if they actually ever made this Super Nintendo cabinet, but that's pretty rad. I have not seen that in real life before. Looks like a lot of Super Nintendo. Let's go to a different console. Look at that. Okay, Sega. Yeah, that's the demo stations. Really cool. So that was the first theme. Let's go ahead and check out some of these other themes here. I always launch this. This is a little retro arcade here. This is like a retro game that you can play. This is their credits and also tells you what each button does. But let's go ahead and turn off that splash screen just so it'll be faster while we go through this. And let's go ahead. So we did cabinet theme. Now let's go ahead and check out wall theme. That was the one I believe that we were just on, unless that's cascading. Okay. And then so you can go between the different cabs, and then up and down will go between the different categories. Very clean, very easy. Let's go ahead and try the next theme. So far we've done full cab. Okay, the next one's video. It's not giving me the wall theme because we were on the wall theme. Okay, so wall is, instead of having the cab on the left. Oh, that's cool, though, that it fills up a lot more of the screen if it's a widescreen game versus a vertical. That looks beautiful, though. It's so nice. Like, see, here's more of a 16:9 game or a 4:3 aspect ratio. Boom. Nice. That's rad. So we've done cabinet, we've done wall. Let's try cascading. Okay, yeah, okay. So wall is what it starts out with, because cascading and okay, so cascading all the cabinets, there's 4 videos going on at the same time. You got the cab on the left, the main cab, and then the cab on the right. Pretty cool. Alien Storm, love that game. Cascading's pretty cool. Like a waterfall. All right, we showed you video. Yeah, video was a full screen video. Let's try marquee now. So imagine this is going to highlight the marquee on the cabinet up at the top. Oh, nice. That's really cool. So on the right side here, we have all the different marquees. And this is really beautiful. Like this was painstakingly done, all this artwork. So shout out to whoever did all the artwork. This is impressive. Marquees are so cool. If you ever build your own arcade or buy an arcade, it's just so cool. It's just, it's a slightly transparent piece of plastic. And I'm sure they've made many variants. The one I've experienced are a little plastic, and you just put a light behind it. LED strip, or I'm sure back in the day they were just light bulbs. And Like this is kind of boring one right there, but some of these other ones, like the little details on these marquees, really cool. So again, you just go left to right to go to settings. Okay, and look, settings even change. That's so cool. So now these are marquee settings. So I think the only one we haven't done is cabinet then. So let's go to cabinet. Curious, what's the difference between cabinet and wall? Oh, okay, you just see the cabinet, and you have a Honda 1. Who is on a Honda? Jonathan Ray? I wonder who's driving, because that's a newer Honda right there. Sorry, I got distracted by that motorcycle. Cool. I like this. Not my favorite. I'm going back to wall. I think it's good that they started with wall. Like wall is my. Oh, I launched that game. I gotta show you this. This is called Retro Arcade. It's like a little game. So there's a little Easter egg here. Ooh, ran into it. But this is working for a controller, which is pretty cool. Oh, didn't see that. So that's what the Retro Arcade is, in case you're curious. So I want to go back to wall. I really like that one. Enjoy the cabinets. I actually really like the one where the whole arcade is. So we'll do a little mix here as we go through the games. So Arcade Classics, you have a total of 420 games. These are the same games that you've seen on all their other builds as well. And then within that, this is how they break out into old school, beat 'em ups, run and gun, fight club, and then shoot 'em ups. And then you have your consoles. Let's see what kind of consoles we have. We got for Game Boy Advanced. We have IQT, Aladdin, Alien Soldier for Sega, Cannon Fodder, Castlevania Bloodlines, Comic Zone, just more Sega. So I think it's all Sega into Super Nintendo, Echo the Dolphin. See, so this is interesting. See, the cabinets for these games are with, you know, an old school ball and buttons. But if you go to the other theme, they put them in those little units that you get at like the stores, which is pretty cool. I actually kind of want to change the theme again and full cabinet. This is pretty cool. I'm actually digging this. I have to say it. This one's pretty cool. And then let's go to the consoles. That's what I'm talking about. All right, where were we? Shinobi 3, Sonic CD. How cool is this? I'm really digging that. Sonic 1. It even has that little screen. I think whoever did the Sonic one is really cool with the coins right there. And the grassy. That's cool. Streets of Rage. I kind of just like the artwork. Ooh. Toe Jam and Earl. That's what I'm talking about. Love that game. Interesting artwork. Another shout out to the artwork person. Demon's Crest, great game. Donkey Kong 1 and 2. F-Zero. That's so cool. Really well done. So it's 55 games total. We're heading at the end there. And then Zombies ate my neighbors, of course. All right. Let's go see what we got in old schools. So if you're into seeing the different coin boxes, what's up with that one? Did this game also have a little graphic at the bottom of it, like a kickboard? Oh, maybe there's a pedal you had to use. I'm just digging the cabinet, and then you can also see that I think they even change. Okay, no, this cabinet kind of stays the same. Oh, there you go. They actually do change the T-molding on the cabinets here. Do you guys see that? The T-molding is on the left and the right of the cabinet. That's pretty cool. Here you go. You got the pedals. You got the shifter. Remember, the harder you hit that shifter, the faster you shift, right? So let's just go through these games really quick. I'm gonna go through them like this. Marble Madness. Let's see what that one look like. Oh yeah, look at those. Not spinners, but look at those trackballs. More trackball action here. More trackball action. Nice. See, we have all these controllers now with like 10 buttons. Back in the day, we had one button. I'm just really enjoying the artwork. You can also see there's like a little progress bar on the right side to see like how far down in the collection you are. Pretty cool. All right, we made it across. Let's check out the next collection on a different theme. Just so we're, you know, checking out the different... I always click into this game. The menu system, you do not need to... you don't need to click. When I go to settings, I want to click in. It's just, you hover over settings and it goes. So we did old school. Let's see what's in beat 'em ups. We got a total of 68 games. You know, this theme is not the best at showcasing because if I stop at each game, it would take a really long time. But this is similar to collection to what you all have seen in the past. And while we're going through this collection really quick, you know, I want to reiterate that the CoinOps people, they wanted this to be plug and play, and all you have to do, and you can run this on such a low performing device, like a Intel Duo Core 2 could totally run all this stuff. You know, an i3, an i5, easy. No graphics card needed for a lot of this stuff. No dedicated graphics. Integrated graphics is fine. Let's change the theme again and look at the next ones while we talk a little bit more about this. So now let's go back and let's try, we did full cab, mess around with that. The attract mode wheel, you know, the wheel is actually kind of nice when we're going through these game lists because you can see what's coming next and what you've already seen. So we've done that. We've done our school arcade old school. We've done beat 'em ups. Let's do run and gun. We've got 76 games here. This is a little bit more responsive now that I'm like jumping through this pretty quick. Look how fast these ones load compared to the last one. A little slightly faster. Now, for the purposes of this video, this is nicer. For the way I'd be running this, I wouldn't use this theme necessarily. I might. This has been done so many times with Hyperspin and Raspberry Pi and everything else. So it's awesome. Don't get me wrong, but I like trying out new stuff, and that wall theme and the cascading theme, pretty damn cool. So back to the minimum requirements, you might have to install like DirectX 9. This is a 30 gigabyte download. I think when you extract it, it's closer to 35, 40. But you can add on to this. That's a common question I get is like, oh, can I add my own ROMs? And yeah, you can, but that's not really the purpose of this. I believe CoinOps 3 is coming out soon. CoinOps 2 is out right now. And that's where you see those mega collections where you're going to go into the terabytes of data and things like that with just systems on top of systems. Sunset Riders, great game. Yeah, this is plug and play. Don't get this if you want to like build the ultimate collection. So now we have Fight Club 74 games. Let's check out these. Get CoinOps 2 or wait for CoinOps 3 for PC. And there's other things out there, don't get me wrong. There's other ways to emulate and set up your front ends, you know, just using RetroArch as a standalone, or using something like, you know, you can use, what's the one with a Linux, has a Linux base, RetroBat would run good as well. But this is, like I said, they're not trying to compete there. This is a totally plug and play. You download the file, you extract it, you double click, you hook up an Xbox 360 controller. Controls are already set up. Depending on the different type of monitors and looks, they're all batch files, so you could just make the changes so easily. And that's the kind of the deliverable here, if you will, the purpose. Let's do one more theme while we finish off these collections, and then we'll play some games here. I also want to show you the I also want to show you those batch files really quick and kind of the directories. So we've done that. We've done our run and gun. We've done Fight Club. So this one is a little slower when you go up and down between the... And then the last one is shoot 'em ups. How many do we have? 101. So it's actually not too slow. You can actually hard scroll pretty easily here. Oh wow, it really starts to speed up. That was me holding down the right. Is that too fast? So that's about as fast as it goes. Really beautiful. I like this one that the settings have kind of majority of what you want without any extra fluff. The choices in games, like many people say, some of these builds you'll never in a lifetime be able to play every single game. A build like this, you know, you slap it on an old laptop. That's what I would do. Is I would, you know, if I had an older computer that I just didn't use anymore, I'd slap this on it, especially a laptop. That's all you need. And you hook up, you know, you bring it, you get the laptop, you have an Xbox 360 controller, you get an old laptop bag, you have a portable retro gaming machine. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. And like I said, plenty of games with over 400 games. It's like, what, 500 with the consoles? We're just about done. We're going to exit out, and I'll show you those file systems. All right, that's it for that. So consoles is 55 plus the 420, so 475. Here it is. This is the one I was playing with, all arcades and consoles. You could get rid of the consoles by just clicking all arcades. And what you'll see here is it'll launch, and in my track mode, in my main menu system, you just have all now, old school, beat 'em ups, and then there's no more arcade. See, that easy. Start, select out. And then I can even do the smallest one, only 150 games. Let's see what happens here. So 30 old schools, beat 'em ups 30, run and gun, all 150. And then there's the 300 as well. The FAQ section is great, you know, for newbies, especially if you want to change your controls or stuff like that. They have a great Discord as well. Restore your Xbox controls. If you ever mess up your controls, you can just double click this and it'll redo it. Advanced configurations. These are those batch files I was telling you about. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. Change the aspect ratio of your monitor. Change the controls. Disable the shutdown button, enable it. Attract mode dim, enable and disable it. Turn off the attract mode. Auto enter, enable. Console split, enable. And then if you're going to use a zero delay controller, and then different bezel sizes for CPS2 fighting games. So you know, you can change the bezel size if you're going to change the resolution on the game itself. Emulators it's all running off a mame, so really simple emulator. And then collections is where actually all the games are. And so if you want to, so this is for the 300 list, this is for the 150 list, and this is the all. Okay, that's just how they sort it all out. Now let's go ahead and check out some games. Oh, man. All right, so as I'm kicking these guys' butts, what do I think about this build? I think it's beautiful that they really keep up in their game. Really look at, if you want to look at this build like objectively, look at that artwork and all the different views they had to get, because you can't just reuse a lot of that artwork. Like sure, with the cascading versus the wall theme, but what about when they turn it into a full cabinet? They had to change a lot of those cabinets out. Or when they went into the marquee view, they had to get a higher resolution version of the marquee only. That they even changed the the team molding. I just thought that was so cool. So it's really impressive. Now, is it like some of these 12 gigabyte builds and these 2 terabyte builds? Not at all. But for the people that want something solid, something super easy, like super easy. The hardest part is probably people figuring out how to download it, which, unfortunately, you can't just, if it was easy to download there, it would get taken down very, very quickly. So, it's really cool. It's really nice to see that, especially when there's a lot of junk out on the market. If you did want to play all these games, like, people, like, for example, the Dreamcade Replay or some of these other emulation devices out of China, I would just, instead of buying a $100 emulation device, why don't you just go and get this? Like I said, put it on an old laptop or on your primary computer. Good to go. No, this does not work for Raspberry Pi. It's not set up for Linux. They are working on a Raspberry Pi 4 build for this as well, which is pretty darn cool. So there you have it. Really cool build. I'm going to have to give this one an A. It's really great. I think for those of you that watch my channel all the time, I think maybe some people might be like, well, how is this any different from their last build, the Arcade Gold Plus or the CoinOps Diamonds? And, it is very similar in that it's just getting better. The artwork's getting better, the settings and the plug and playness. So if you just want the latest and the greatest, this would be the version you want to download. And if you want to tell other people about it and get people interested, you probably want them to put them on to the latest version. So, I'm all for that, and it's looking beautiful. I really enjoyed checking this one out, just from the artwork alone. The games, I've been playing them for a really long time, but to have it so seamless, so beautiful, and so easy, it's job well done. So good work. That's what I think. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.